The glass table gleamed under my fingertips, twice wiped clean, not out of obsession, but a necessity born from a life where control is a rare luxury. A pristine surface signified a calm mind, a fortress against the chaos that always lurked nearby. Tonight, however, that tranquility threatened to shatter like fragile glass. A sharp, stuttering knock echoed through the stillness of my home, a sound that felt unusual at this late hour. I opened the door slowly, revealing Mira. She stood barefoot on the threshold, her wide eyes sunken, as if she had been swallowing storms. Her hand trembled, nearly dropping her phone like a hot coal. "Baya." Her voice cracked, parched like dry earth. "Please, I don't know where else to go. Someone's blackmailing me, with pictures, the worst kind." At just 24, Mira was a bright girl, the cherished daughter of Rekha Auntie, the old schoolteacher who lived downstairs. Rekha's devotion to Mira was fierce and maternal. The thought of their world crumbling under the weight of this secret was unbearable. I made her sit without asking questions she wasn't ready to face. Instead, I allowed the silence to hang between us, thick and sharp, as if time itself paused to absorb her fear. Her phone screen was a battlefield, messages oozing with menace, demanding money by dawn, or the darkest parts of her life would be exposed for all to see. I felt a surge of anger, but held it in check. I knew that anger clouds judgment. I told her firmly, "Don't delete, don't reply, hand it over." I fired up my machines, a fortress of technology that others might deem paranoia, but I called it preparation. 3 laptops, several phones, encrypted networks. This was my armor against the unseen adversaries of the digital age. I dove into the metadata like an old boxer throwing punches, calculated, precise, no wasted motion. "Who recently handled your phone?" I asked casually, observing her eyes darting like hunted rabbits. She swallowed hard, and the truth spilled out. "Rohit, my cousin. He used it for a day last month." That name landed like a needle in my gut. Blood often smells of betrayal. I dialed a number hidden beneath layers of encryption on an ancient Nokia, an old ally with old debts. Singh Sahab of Delhi's cybercrime unit, a man who once owed me his badge and still did. "Singh," I said, my voice steady. "Need a trace tonight. A personal matter." Minutes later, the confirmation came. The blackmailer's identity was revealed. Rohit. The cousin, the betrayer, the coward. I closed the laptop, rising to face Mira. "It's Rohit." Tears betrayed her courage, slipping down her cheeks like rain on glass. The next evening, I waited beneath a flickering street lamp on the cracked pavement outside Mira's building. Rohit appeared, swaggering like a man much older than his 28 years, puffing on a cigarette as though it were a shield. His arrogance was cheap armor, but I had my own. Dressed in a fitted navy suit, my silent armor, my shoes gleamed under the dim light, and my posture spoke of power harnessed. "Rohit," I said, my voice a velvet trap. "Ever think someone would stand up to you?" His smirk faltered, a moment of fear flitting across his features. In the shadows of Delhi, legends simmer, and I was a ghost. Stories whispered among criminals and cops alike. I stepped closer, my gaze pinning him like a matador's cape. "You delete everything. Pictures, backups. No copies left." His hands trembled, fumbling as he followed my orders. I monitored the erasure, piece by piece. Trust is a currency earned, not freely given. As he returned the phone, I leaned in, my voice low and cold as winter wind. "One message more, and the police will forget you." "I won't." His knees quaked beneath him, and he fled into the night, swallowed by darkness. When Mira thanked me afterward, I raised a hand, silencing her gratitude. "No thanks. Just one thing. Fear fades. Dignity doesn't. Guard it with everything." Later, alone on my balcony, the city lights flickering like chess pieces in a game of power, I sipped black tea. The old fire roared beneath my calm exterior, a fierceness tempered by a newfound purpose. Not to destroy, but to protect. Sometimes, people ask me why I maintain such silence. such control. I tell them, strength doesn't roar, strength whispers and shields.